All right, a very warm welcome to 89.7 Contact FM's One-on-One with me, Eugene Anangwe. Remember, this week we'd said it's all about inspiration. It's all about also hearing from those who are in different practices. And of course, probably you might pick one or two things from them. But also, we'll be touching a bit on some controversies, getting a bit personal with some of my guests right here on the program. And we are happy and privileged to have none other than DJ Adams. He's here in the studio with us. Adams, welcome to One-on-One.
Thanks a lot, Ken.
Yes, so many people call you DJ Adams. Maybe let's start off, first of all, by getting to understand why that name DJ Adams.
Why DJ Adams? Personally, DJing, that's a profession.
So you're a professional DJ. You went to school for this?
Very much.
Where?
In Nairobi.
Nairobi.
Yes, I did that in Nairobi. As in, by then it was still a vocational thing, as in you could do it as in you had not to go to school first. But later schools came up and that's how I started doing that.
So you took your time in a DJing school to learn how to be a video jockey.
Yeah.
But are you doing it actively here too much or not too much?
Sometimes I do that. And okay, I've been doing that for the last so many years. After that, I decided to leave it, as in do something mobile instead of just keeping some place and staying there and playing only in one club. Now I just decided that it's time for me to move on and do something totally different.
How many years are this? The many years you're saying?
I started in 1994.
In 94?
Yep.
DJing. And then you said, now I'm done with this.
I felt like I've done too much until 2007. That was close to 13 years. And I said, that's too much. I could start doing something else. As in play house parties. I could play such things, parties and things like that. Yeah.
It was indeed not because maybe you couldn't keep up with the pace of the industry.
Not keep up with the pace. Rather, people could not keep up with my pace.
People could not keep up with your pace. Yeah. Explain this.
As in, I guess I could play every kind of music. It's like I can play very old music and I could play the latest music. And I could, personally, I prefer being very much updated. So sometimes when I get to that, I could play some songs which people don't feel like they are songs until it's like teaching. And I was already done with teaching. So only the few who could keep up are those who kept going on with me, moving on with me on radio, things like that. You can prove that even on radio. I can prove that very well.
You're the number one DJ on radio today, as we speak. Is this what you're saying? You can prove that?
No, I can prove that I can play the widest variety of music more than anyone else, but not that I'm number one. People know who number one is, so I don't need to say that.
You don't need to say that. Who is it in your opinion?
I don't know.
The people know.
People know.
Before you went on air, you told me that you are currently jobless. What happened?
It's not that I'm jobless.
In terms of jobless. You're now off air.
Yeah, I'm not only off air.
What happened? You are a radio presenter.
Yes, I just decided that it's time to do something else. And when it comes to being on radio, and when it comes to working, it depends on what conditions you're working through. So when someone decides to pay you for something that you are not doing, then I'd rather leave it and go do something else.
So you mean you had an issue with your former employer and you were not happy?
Yes, I was not happy about it. So personally, I'm jobless, but his job is less now. Yes.
His job is less?
Yes. Personally, I'm jobless, but his job is less.
Explain that.
It's missing someone.
So you think he has lost a lot?
He lost. Not only a lot, too much, more than a lot. Because if I could explain that one as well, it's coming close to a month and no replacement. No one has done that.
But is it about replacement or sustaining something that brings money at the end of the day to his institution? Maybe there are those who feel what he does is not sellable to the market out there.
Now, if it's not sellable, do you mean playing music is what's selling?
So he's just playing music, right?
Music. No one can replace that one. And no one will ever do it.
Who do you target usually in your shows, in what you do? What's your major target audience?
From 16 to the oldest.
16 to the oldest.
Yes.
And what do you normally aim to tell them?
Anything updated, anything technology, anything music, entertainment, technology, all that. Anything, provided it's entertaining and something that you would like to listen to or you would want to listen to. Yep.
There are those who say that this guy is just all about negativity, especially when it comes to local music industry.
Well, true. It depends on their point of view. So when it comes to being negative, and at the end of the day, what they call negative is what they are going for, then I don't know what kind of negative they're talking about.
So are people going for negative? Or do they have no choice?
No.
What do you mean by that?
What I mean is, if I was there and started talking about music piracy, as in doing copycats, as in copy pasting, well, people thought it's negative. But that negative thing is what they are going for now because they started being creative. So I wouldn't mind anyone saying that it's negative as long as they cannot prove their positive side.
What's your position on piracy and media houses when it comes to the music that we play today on air? What's your position on
when
this
it comes
issue?
to presenters playing music on air?
Yes. And the term piracy. What's your position on that?
Well, when I talk about piracy, then that's what I was telling you, that I'm too much updated. And that's when I would consider myself that what I do, it's very hard for someone else to do the same thing. This, just to explain a bit about that, I meant that if I could play a song, I don't need to play another song which looks similar to that one so that I could feel updated. As in, most people think that playing local music, you personally are local. And that playing music, as in foreign music or something that's close to that, that's when you appear updated. No, that's nothing. It's totally different. You could play local music and that's good music. You could play foreign music and still good music. So if a presenter feels that he's updated only that he can play a song which sounds like Rihanna's song or sounds like or exactly the same song like Rihanna, like Lady Gaga, and you tell me that you're updated just because you feel that you're playing something foreign in your own language, then to me that's nothing.
There's something probably you're not telling me. There are those who tell me, and even have asked me to ask you, what issues do you have with local artists?
I have no issue with any local artist. I only have issues with local copy paste. With the local guys who do copy paste and would like to be called artists.
Like who?
There's so many.
Tell me, just 2 or 3.
If I start with that, I could tell you only the big numbers. Okay.
Tell me.
Look at Guma Guma. All of them have done the same thing.
So when you say look at Guma Guma is not an artist. Tell me.
No, I'm talking about all the artists.
All the artists in the Guma
all of them
are doing copy pasting.
No, not all of them are doing copy pasting, but at least each of them has a thing that he did as a copy paste thing.
So they're not creative.
Now, if I tell you that, you know what I mean. I mean that the so-called big artists are those who have done that, which means I even don't know the rest because there are so many. Every family has got an artist, every family has got a producer, every family has got everything, because it's very much easy for them to get to a presenter who does not know anything concerning music, and he'll play the song, immediately plays the song and plays it again and again. It's much easier to get the same thing. You go to the studio and you make a song and it's gonna be played, because all I have to do is come talk to Ken and it's play the song.
So you're saying the listeners are being taken for a ride by some of these big artists because what they're doing, in your opinion, is just copy pasting something, and because the audience maybe are not so informed as to where exactly was the origin of that song, and so you feel they're being taken for a ride.
It's a very big ride, and by the way, the ride itself starts from the presenters. That's what you wanted me to talk about.
Tell me about that.
Now, this is it. I have a song. It's a copy paste thing. I just come straight to you, give you some small money, and you'll play the song. Immediately you play the song, every listener has no listener has got a choice. You only tune in and say, okay, 89.7, I'm listening to 89.7. But what's there right now as we speak, no one can change that we are listening. They are listening into the one-on-one show. They won't say, now, okay, one-on-one show, I want music, I want a song, I want this and this. No.
But when you say they don't have a choice, I think they have a variety of choice. They decide. They say, I want to listen to this because this is what I like out of it.
Good. And that's why I was telling you. The reason you asked me why I'm jobless, and I told you that the job is now less, is because no one is listening to what is there now. Yes. That gives me the difference between what you are talking about, as in between me and others. I know I could play lots of the widest variety of music. That is, if you have been listening into my shows on Monday, I play too much of R&B. As in, personally, I feel like Monday sounds too much of R&B to me. On Tuesday, I feel it sounds too much African. On Wednesday, I feel like it sounds too much of rock. On Thursday, I feel like it sounds too much of old school. Friday, something like that.
So you've told me about the artists that you feel are mostly doing copy pasting.
Yep.
And again, you bring in an element of it. The ride starts with the presenters.
Yeah.
What are some of these presenters that you feel are playing a big role in taking the audience for this long ride?
All these presenters who are doing what is called showbiz, all of them
Are taking the viewers, the audiences for a ride.
All of them, yes.
They're taking this small amounts of money to promote this.
Yep.
Do you have any proof?
Unless if you want it in numbers.
Tell me. We have the time.
There are so many.
Tell me. Just 10 or even 5.
5 what?
Yes. Number 1?
Presenters.
Yes. That you feel are taking people for a ride.
I told you, including your own.
Tell me. 1?
Okay.
Yes.
As in presenters who are doing, as in getting small money for
that. Yes.
I told you, look at every show. I don't know how to number them. I told you shows, shows.
Oh, okay. But there's nothing like all shows. At least you have one.
Route 66. Yeah.
Route 66.
That's one.
So that's number 1.
They're
taking money to promote.
We got Sunday night. That's another one.
That Sunday night?
Star Focus. It's another thing.
Star Focus?
We got 10 Superstar. It's another thing.
10 Superstar.
We got. I don't even have time to listen to all of them because they'll never tell me anything.
They just piss you off and you don't want to listen to them.
There's nothing new. What are you going to tell me? There's nothing new.
So is it because there's nothing new or because they are just...
What they are going to tell me is exactly the thing I don't want to listen to. That's it.
Okay, so let's now talk about your contribution, your personal contribution as DJ Adams.
Yep.
Because hating or not wanting to listen to that or anything or feeling like some
well,
of
if you want,
artists...
I'll give you reasons why I wouldn't listen.
Tell me,
to them.
why?
First of all those shows are, apart from some which are daily shows like that one, Route 66, that's a daily show. But talk about these other weekend shows. They'll only give me what... it's a Sunday show, another on Saturday. Okay? But they're going to tell me what I know from Monday. I've been there. I am updated from Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and on Saturday you're telling me something that it's new. And yes. So tell me what happened on Saturday. Don't tell me what happened on Monday and say that's something new. You're telling me what's that.
So they're not informed?
Nothing.
They just go to make noise on air?
I wouldn't call it noise, but I would say that, okay, they are good at what they are doing because they are treating their people right, but excluding me. Yep. So I wouldn't tell anyone to be like me because that's me.
So what's your personal contribution then? I mean, do you think by having that attitude of saying, these ones, I wouldn't waste my time listening to them, or these ones are just copy-pasting, do you think that is contributing to the growth of the industry?
It has done more than enough. I'll give you many. I told you I'll give you as many examples as you want. First, if I told you that they have been doing copy-pasting and I had my time to talk about it, it's only one show, only me alone in the whole country talking about that. And you find copy-pasting is coming to an end.
So that is you who's contributed to that.
No one else did that. And that is what they were calling negative. That's one. If a show can never be attended, and you can never find people attending that show because there's nothing live in it. It was something they used to call negative because you could only pick up your CD, go to some place, stand, put off the microphone and pretend that you're the one singing. And after all, it's not even your own song. That's coming to an end.
So you feel this is thanks to DJ Adams?
Yes, and that's in Rwanda. Leave alone telling me that it's Rwandans. Chameleon show was a flop because it was something playback.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
So now,
That's Rwanda. That's music. That's the step where music in Rwanda is, and no one else did that.
it's only adults.
Talk about live music. Look at Guma Guma. I gave you an example.
Mhm.
They'll be doing live, and what they are going to be doing is too much live. That's what they have been doing for the last the last shows.
Mhm.
It's live, and what happened is when they were selecting them, they selected those who are able to do what they are supposed to sing or do things like that. However much they copied, but still they can sing that song that they copied.
But do you think? Tell me about these initiatives such as Guma Guma and other musical competitions. What's your thought? What's your opinion on them? Do you think they contribute to what they're intended to do?
Well, it depends on what they intended to do. But if you talk about
They
Guma
say
Guma,
they're aimed at promoting, the musicians, the talent, making them superstars or more famous.
personally, I've not seen any superstar until now.
There's no superstar in Rwanda.
Where is he? Who is he? No one.
King James won. He's Guma Guma
But he only
superstar.
after that, where is he? He could not even win another small competition later. He is the superstar, but the next year he cannot win. He cannot take anything in South Africa.
Riderman won.
What is he doing now? Which song?
So they're not superstars.
Where is he?
What are they then, in your
Okay,
opinion?
let's talk about Tom Close.
Uh-huh.
He was the first superstar.
Yes.
He even did a song with Sean Kingston.
Uh-huh.
Did it even play for a week?
So he's not a superstar.
He's not.
So
He's
what are they
only a
then?
star, but not a star. They could be called stars because it counts by numbers, as in this one knows this one, as in so many people. He's only famous, but he's not a star.
What's your definition of a star then?
Someone who is known by many people, yes, but still, no. Talk about superstar, then he is very big. A star is someone else. They know them, but he's only a star, not a superstar.
Are you a star?
Oh,
You?
I don't think so.
Are you a superstar then?
I'm not.
What are you?
I'm famous.
You're famous.
Yeah.
Why do you think you're famous? Let's talk about that.
The other negative thing that you're talking about, because I dared say things which people could not say. Right now, what I'm saying, I know no one can say that. They'll only talk about the opposite, and they'll say, okay, he got another chance to say something negative. They should be waiting for something more negative next time. Because they already know what's negative and what's not negative.
So as you tell me this, there are those who probably will attack and say, he only says this because he wants to be famous. Something that he says he is. Is this the reason why you do what you do? Just because you want to be famous?
Just because I want to be famous? But if it's that fame, I told you I've been a DJ for so many years.
Since 94.
In Nairobi. And talk about Nairobi, talk about Rwanda. And in almost all big clubs here in Rwanda. So if it's that fame, if it's meeting so many people, I met so many of them.
So you don't need it?
I don't. What for?
Now,
What for? Am I ever going to stand for an election? I don't.
And you don't intend to?
I won't. I'll never go into politics. So I don't need the masses. No. What for? Did I ever tell them? I wouldn't come and tell them that, okay, let's see this. You say that I'm doing something negative, or this other presenter is is better than me. No, you queue up here and let the others queue up here, and we see who has many. I don't need that.
You don't need that?
I don't.
Let's talk about
it's only your conscience. If you feel like you'll vote, if it's something, a competition.
Yes.
If you are going to vote, vote. Did I tell you I came for competition? Nothing.
Okay, so you bring in something that many people probably would like also to hear from you, because there's some quarters where you also aired your views concerning local artists who went to the States and decided to be there. We're talking about the band. We're talking about Medi. Again, an opportunity for you to air your views again on this one. What do you think about them?
Well, they decided and they felt that they are already very big, and they were big in Rwanda, but not even anything big in the next borders. So if they felt that they are very big, they should have proved that. Where are they now? Not even none of their songs is airing. Nothing is big.
Is this
I
your
could give you a good example. We got those people who said I did something negative, and the people considered it negative. I'll give you an example. Manny Martin. Manny Martin. His songs play on VOA, and I don't think the studios are in Kigali. Okay? Those guys, the Ben and the Medi, they are near where the studios are. Why don't they play their songs?
Let's talk about the influence of West African music, because this is also something else, because we're still talking about the issue of copy pasting, which you mentioned earlier on. Today we see West Africa kind of dominating the airwaves in most regional radio stations. Looking at our Rwandan artists, which direction do you think they should go?
They should go to their own.
They should go to their own.
Yes. Just like in Kenya, we had a big domination of Congolese music. Remember, early 80s, we had the Mbilia Bells, we had all those, until it came to an extent where the then president decided that no music is going to be played in Kenya. As in, they were trying to promote Kenyan music. And the only thing that made things change, as in allowing foreign music, was this other song, Nakei Nairobi, that's Mbilia Bell. That's in 1986.
So like today...
By the way, my negative side is only negative to those who are negative. It's very positive to those who are positive.
So who are making it today, if in your opinion, the positive part? Let's talk about them.
The positive people?
Yes. Those you feel are on the right track.
I could give you an example. Manny Martin is on the right track. I could give you Gilles Senor is on the right track. I could give you J. Paul is getting to the right track. I could give you... I could give you Sini. She is on the right track. I could give you Odi. He is on the right track. I could give you Rick Mocho on the right track. And name them. There's so many.
Now, looking forward now, as we come to an end of the interview, do you feel alone in this, what you're doing? Do you ever feel like they've just secluded me and kept me as a loner to do this on my own?
No, it's... whatever they do.
Because you say you are the only one who can say the things you're saying here. Yeah, and you feel what you're saying is good and contributing to the growth of the industry. Do you feel alone?
Not only, I'm not alone. I only feel that I have got so many cowards behind who will later keep their cowardice and know what to do next. They're only cowards because they know what they're supposed to do.
And they're not doing it.
And they're not doing it, but they know what they're supposed to do.
Okay.
It's only a group of cowards. Only that, nothing else. But I'm not alone.
You're not alone.
No.
But you're there in front, but
with
cowards behind.
Yes.
Wow. Powerful. Now, looking forward, what are your plans now that your boss has less job while you are jobless?
Looking forward, I think we have got so many radio stations. We have got TV stations opening. I have my skills as a DJ. And what you're talking about, I know you're going to ask me, where am I going to get my money at the end of the month? That's not an issue because I told you radio stations are opening. And I don't think at one time Messi went and applied to Barcelona that I want to play for you. No. They find that their jobs are less and they got someone who is jobless who can fill in.
So you feel someone is somewhere out there ready to pick you?
Obviously.
Okay. We do wish you all the best from One on One.
Thanks a lot.
Okay. Thank you so much, Adams, for gracing the show. And definitely what I can guarantee you is the freedom of speech on the show. But the freedom after speech, I don't know. That one I can't guarantee you.
Freedom?
After speech.
After speech.
Yes. What is going to come out after the speech and after the statements that you've said. This is just a joke from what...
Now, with that one, let me tell you.
Yes.
Freedom after speech is what I am already guaranteed.
But
freedom of speech,
you're
I'm not. But freedom after speech,
that one is guaranteed.
Totally guaranteed.
Fully.
Yes.
Okay.
100%.
All right.
Yeah.
We wish you all the best, DJ Adams.
Lot, Ken.
Thank you so much for making it on One. There you have it. Yes, outspoken as he is, nobody's stopping him from saying what he feels has to be said or done. He has mentioned a list of those he feels are not doing the right thing in the media profession, and of course mentioned that he feels alone in front there, but behind him a long line of cowards. I don't know what you think about that. It's up to you. But remember, the hashtag is 101RW. Let's keep the conversation going. From me right about now, it's goodbye. My name is Eugene Anangwe. Goodbye for now.